Hello and a warm welcome to a new video here on Linux Art. Today we are taking a look at Pop! OS. Yeah, Pop! OS has actually a quite special history over the last few years. System 76, the developers behind Pop! OS, decided, hey, we are going to write a brand new desktop, a completely new interface from scratch, entirely in Rust, and call it the Cosmic Desktop. That means today we are looking at what has become of this desktop, how good it actually is, and whether it could potentially become a threat, in quotation marks, to other desktop environments like KDE, Cinnamon, or GNOME. So stay tuned, it's going to be exciting. Yeah, a warm welcome again, and I would say let's get started. I have a fresh Pop! OS installation right here, and we'll just take a look at the whole desktop, what works well, what doesn't, and what the general look and feel is like. Right at the beginning, during the initial setup greeting, the screen reader starts talking. We might not want that, so I've turned it off right here, and we can set the display scaling if the text is too small. But in my tests, this was very wonky, especially in combination with VirtualBox, so please beware of that. And also additional scaling options are available as well, which is pretty cool. So we can very easily grow this by 5%. So this is really great, but then it messes up our, in my case, in VirtualBox, my display setup, so I just keep the changes like this. But you see, yeah, there are still a few bugs in this setup. A key point here, the desktop is Wayland only, so there's no X11 implementation anymore, which is why we get such a great scaling feature options here. To be honest, they are really great, and I guess they really work good on actual hardware, but on VirtualBox, yeah, we still have some problems here, but that's fine for us today. Moving on, we can connect with Wi-Fi here. I don't need to do that, so we just skip that, and you can select your language. This is fine. English is okay for me. And then the keyboard layout, so I search for UK. Here we have it, English UK. Very easy, that's good. And the time zone, I choose my nearest city here, Dublin, that's fine. I hit next. And then we can change the appearance. Let's look at the theme Cosmic Light, and we will have a look. Yeah, this looks really good. You can apply different themes here, but I guess I'll switch back to Cosmic Dark because this is kind of the default and we want to show the desktop in the default settings. But that's all right here, I would say. Also, you could implement a frosted glass effect, which does make the window a bit blurry. This is also nice, I guess. But yeah, I guess I leave it off because then my performance is a bit better here in this virtual machine. This is fine. I hit next, and then we can change the layout configuration between the top panel and bottom dock. This is, yeah, we have it here right now, or we can also change the bottom panel or everything to the bottom panel. And this is a, yeah, Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows 10-ish style, or just a bottom panel. But I choose back to go to the top panel and bottom dock. This looks nice. I hit next. Then we see some workspaces. We will have a look to that in a second. And also new keyboard shortcuts. We will also have a look to that in a second. And then we can be fast and efficient. We can also do this in 1 second. Okay, nice. This is the Pop! OS welcome thing. Yeah, I would say let's just have a look to the workspaces. So here on the top left side, we have the workspaces button. So we have our first workspace here. There is nothing more right now, but if I, for example, open up Cosmic Files, which is the default file manager, then we can move, for example, this Cosmic Files to the workspace 2, for example. Or we can also move it here, the whole workspace. That looks okay. But yeah, for me, this is a bit buggy or performance heavy in this VirtualBox, but I heard from many other users that this is working flawlessly on a real hardware device. Very nice. So Regarding the theme, I don't know what you think about the default Pop! OS styling, but personally, I've never been a huge fan. To me, the color palette feels a bit too dark and a bit not quite cohesive, kind of. But to be fair, Linux desktops aren't always lookers out of the box, so let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this design. Let's press Super and open up, for example, Cosmic Settings. This super menu is a very nice search. I guess it's inspired by Alt F2 of E, for example, or by the GNOME search. This is really great. So for example, if I open settings here, or if I search for settings, it also has a great kind of misspelling rhythm or misspelling fix algorithm, because I typed in something kind of completely different, but it really went well by just finding it. This is a very good quality of life feature here, to be honest, which is very hidden in the system. And here we have our Cosmic Settings. Looking at the UX and layout, I guess we see definitely some similarities between those Cosmic applications. And this is totally fine, and maybe also a good point. So you have a system sidebar, or a kind of a menu sidebar on the left, which you can also collapse entirely as we see it here. It would be awesome if there would be a mini mode showing just the icons, for example, of the sidebar. Would be a huge fan of that. Many of you probably know that from other apps, but yeah, this is fine. It is what it is. The title bar itself contains the app options prominently at the top with window controls, so minimize, maximize, and close on the right. This is fine. Also, we find a search bar here, and funny-wise, those are on different sides here. This is interesting. Maybe also wanted. That's okay. So taking a look at the settings, for example, through network and wireless, you can add profiles here, or open the detailed settings, which embeds, the standard network manager connection editor. So very similar to what you'd see in Linux Mint or Ubuntu, but this is fine. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Also, if we have a look to accessibility, for example, to be honest, GNOME has made huge strides here over the last 5 years. Cosmic is trying to bring more functionality natively instead of relying on GNOME extensions. The screen reader still sounds pretty rough, to be honest, so I have muted it for this video, but you don't want to hear that, trust me. But what I really like, for example, is the invert colors feature, because it works just out of the box. Very, very easy. It doesn't have any reaction time or any thinking time. It's just up there. I really like that. Also, color filters, very easy. So we could very easily change to grayscale here, or red, green, weakness, blue weakness, and so on. So this is really, really good. So I'm really a huge fan of that. That's great. I really like that. Let's go to panel and dock. It's, I guess, in the desktop settings. Here we see many settings of our desktop. I go to panel. You can set the panel to auto hide, for example. So this one. And if I now maximize it, the panel on the top just disappears. That's quite neat. And we can even set a gap between panel and screen edges. This is like in KDE Plasma 6. So really neat. I really like that. So they really did a good thing here, I would say. I go to the dock on the bottom, and there we of course can also automatically hide the dock. I personally recommend this, because otherwise this would just use too much space here. And this looks really good in my opinion in overall. Again, I'm not the fan of the color scheme, but that's fine. So they did really great work here. I'm impressed. Now let's check out the tiling window manager. I just opened up a few windows, so we can toggle it here. And if I turn on tile current workspace, then it is putting our windows into fixed positions. So with the file manager selected, for example, I can press Shift Super left arrow, for example, and then I can change the positions with only super and the arrows, we just move the focus, or we can also move the workspace. This is quite neat. We can also press Windows, Shift, arrow down again to bring that down to another workspace. So I really like that. That's really cool. That's nice. Okay. So yeah, just by pressing Windows, Shift and the arrow keys and combining that, they have a really nice window manager here. Or yeah, snapping functions. I really like it. So when you are, for example, familiar to i3 or Sway or Hyperland, all those things, this is really, really great. This all feels just right. So they invested a lot of work here and it just feels awesome. They did it really good, to be honest. I'm a big fan of that. Huge respect to System76 for building this natively in the desktop. For me as an i3 user, this is just awesome. My only minor critique maybe is the screen real estate. Between the window we have gaps. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of those things. And one feature I love in i3, I'd love to see here, is tabbed containers within tiled splits. So for example, if I open up some windows here, I have a tabbed overview here. So for example, if I just open up another window here, I have my web browser and I go into a horizontal thing, and now I do another horizontal thing here, I can change here to a tabbed mode. So I really like this. I guess that's not possible in the Cosmic desktop, but I guess this is fine for most of the users. And just a small hint. So now let's have a look to the classic apps. I just disable the tiling window manager here. So if you are not familiar with tiling of the windows, just disable it and never use it again. And then this is also fine, I guess. Okay, here we have now our file manager. So let's have a more detailed look about this. So it supports the grid view, which I really like. It also supports the list view. This is fine, but it currently lacks of a dual split view, like pressing F3, for example, in other file managers. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that this is missing, because I'm using it all the time, and because otherwise you just, for example, have to enable the tiling of the current workspace, and then you press super, and then you hit maybe Control Shift Enter. Not really. I just open files like this. Okay, now this looks okay. And then we have a second pane, but just pressing F3 is just much more convenient. Otherwise, the file manager is just fine. What I'm finding very interesting is the show details is a sidebar here. This is quite new in the Linux world. I kind of like that. So nice addition here and nice thought about this. Okay, I close this file manager again and we have a look maybe to Cosmic Store. So let's have a look there. Okay, here we are. You see the similarity between the applications, but that's fine. And that's pretty good also, I would say, in many circumstances. I would say it's very clean and minimalistic. It primarily handles Flatpaks and the normals, I guess. But if we click on Manage Repositories, those are the only settings. We only see FlatHub, Cosmic FlatHub, and that's it. There is nothing more we can do as settings here. So otherwise, of course, we can just click on a application and we can install or uninstall it. What I really would love to see, just to see here a check mark when something is installed. So this makes it more easier just to get an overview. Which things did I install? Of course, we have the installed apps here. This is fine. Also, an uninstall button here would be great just out of this view. I don't know what you think about it. And also a small update thing. This is also fine. And we probably want to update in the next time. Okay, perfect. So let's come now to the missing features or rough edges of Pop! OS. Or of Cosmic, to be honest more. Because Cosmic is brand new, there are still few missing quality of life features and bugs. For example, we are kind of missing a night light or blue light filter. There isn't a native GUI toggle of a blue filter yet in the settings, for example. So I'm a bit sad about this. So on Wayland, tools like Redshift also don't work out of the box. So you have to look into tools like, for for example, gamma step and configure them via config files. So this could be getting very nasty, to be honest. Otherwise, if you have advanced window rules, if you want specific apps, for example, like the calculator to always float instead of tile, you currently have also to configure that via text configuration files. So just to know that. Also touch gestures. So multi-touch gesture support on laptops is still hit and miss, to be honest. Other desktops like GNOME or KDE are doing way better in that. Just about this. This isn't a huge deal breaker for many users, but just that. And also what many users say in the internet, that waking up from a suspend mode in Cosmic can sometimes fail, leaving black screens on certain GPUs or virtual machines. So this is also not great, I would say. Otherwise, also some users experienced focus stealing and ghost windows. So there are occasional quirks where window focus jumps unexpectedly or placeholder window frames linger in memory. And yeah, we don't want that. I guess they will fix that in the long run, but just Also, to be honest, the workspace performance here for my computer is really bad. You just see it, how it is not really performant. The rest of the desktop is great, but this really takes a lot of calculation time. So this is not great. But to be honest, this is more because I am on a virtual machine and not on real hardware here. Just that you have been warned. Otherwise, the desktop feels very, very nice. So I don't say anything about the rest. So let's wrap up. System 76 has achieved something remarkably impressive. Writing an entire modern desktop environment from scratch in Rust within 3 to 4 years is a huge feat. The pure Wayland Foundation, to be honest, means multi-monitor setups with mixed refresh rates and fractional scaling run exceptionally well without legacy X11 baggage. So big thanks to that. And looking at you, Linux Mint, you still don't support multi-monitors with mixed refresh rates or mixed pixel densities. This is a huge mess on Linux Mint still, and Pop! OS has it just really nice fixed. Of course, Linux Mint will close up to that too in the future, but they still need time, and Cosmic just has it here. Native apps like the Cosmic Terminal, to be honest, or the Cosmic Edit we just opened a minute ago, they are also working really good, and they are very nice from scratch written apps. So can't say anything about that. So this is fine, I guess. We can also enable Vim bindings, which is great for me as a Vim lover. So perfect, very nice. However, it is still very much in active development. Performance hiccups, for example, occasional crashes. I didn't had any crash in this recording of the video, but in the recording of the German video, I had 3 or 4 crashes. So this was not working completely stable in my tests, but again, I'm on a virtual machine. I'm not on dedicated hardware here. Just keep that in mind. And also, to be honest, missing deep customization options mean it's currently best suited, I would say, for enthusiasts, early adopters, and hardcore Linux users. If you need a rock-solid daily driver right now, established environments like GNOME, KDE, Plasma, Cinnamon, or XFCE, I would say are currently still the safer bet. But when it comes to the future, Cosmic has a really strong position, I guess, or would have a really strong position. So I guess let's wait for maybe 1 or 2 more years, then this could be different. And the best part of all, if we have a look to the Cosmic website, we are not locked to Pop! OS anymore. It's already packaged for Fedora, Arch Linux, OpenSUSE, and many other distributions like you see it here. So those are great news, I would say. So now I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of the new Cosmic desktop? Do you think System 76 made the right move, rewriting everything from scratch, or should they have stuck with GNOME? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because here on Linux Art we are releasing new stuff about Linux and open source almost every week. So see you on the next one. Bye.